22-point lead, Our Lady of the Lake. Shot clock is off, and that's going to do it, folks. Our Lady of the Lake is the 2016 Red River Athletic Conference Tournament champions. They're the 2015-2016 Red River Athletic Conference regular season champions. And that's going to do it in the final, as the Saints get the victory here against Houston Tillotson by a final score of 102-80. I'll leave Chris Hines here with you. We'll see if we can find some of the final stats of the game. I'm going to head down there for the trophy ceremony and all that.
And I'll be taking over for a couple seconds while Mike runs down and does his duties for the 2016 Red River Athletic Conference champions, Our Lady of the Lake, out of San Antonio, Texas. And I think it's safe to say that Taylor Hamilton will be the tournament MVP with her performance tonight, 34 points. I'm not sure of the rest of the stats that she had from tonight. Let's check. 7 of 16 from the field, 20 of 23 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 34 points.
As the 2015-2016 champions, here to present the conference championship trophy is Red River Athletic Conference Assistant Commissioner Darren Daly and Dane Kelly.
Hold on as we go through some technical difficulties.
And how you doing? All right, Chris, thank you very much. Ceremony going down right now for the 2016 Raising Cane's Red River Athletic Conference basketball tournament champions, Our Lady of the Lake University. 29 straight victories. And we'll try and get time here if we can talk with Coach Mitter.
Yeah, my voice is different.
Your voice a little different.
Yes.
A little tight early on, but able to pull away.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, this first regular season and postseason champion since Langston, I believe, 2011.
Yes.
What'd you guys have to do? Tell us about what the season's been like so far.
Well, we're pretty balanced. I mean, we can go inside, we can go outside, we press. I mean, teams can't stop us. In the 8 years I've been in the conference, we didn't have a game in conference in these 20 games within 14 points. I think maybe one was 12, maybe.
Yeah, one.
But that's, in the 8 years I've been here, that's one of the most dominating performances in a while. I mean, tonight I didn't think our defense was that great, but Houston Tillotson made some shots. We score, and we're hard to defend, and, we get everybody's best shot, but we're balanced. I mean, we can go inside, we can play man, we can play zone. We're starting to shoot the ball a little bit better. I mean, I know some people thought you can't shoot it at the rim, but 2 days in a row we shot at that rim. But when we want to turn it up a notch, we can, and that's a sign of a special team. Got to clean some stuff up on defense, but when we play our best, we can beat anybody, and we just have to do that. Okay. Hey.
As we're getting the nets ready real quick,
Yes.
National tournament is next.
Yes.
A different beast up there now. How are you gonna prepare for that?
Well, we got to get better on defense. We got to work on rebounding. We're going to have to look at film. I mean, we're going to have to be more solid in everything that we do, less turnovers. This one's hard. Play a team 3 times. In Tillotson, every time we played them, the deficit got bigger. So we got better against them, and their guards are as good as anybody in the conference. What people don't understand is we're hard to defend. We got to make shots in the national tournament. We got to bring a consistent effort, but we're getting deeper. I mean, Daniela Puente didn't play very much in the first half of the year. She's playing a lot right now. Nakia Page is getting better. LB's injury will be fine. It's just a little tweak. She'll be back by national tournament. We just have to clean up some things. not get lazy and stay healthy, which we did. But, anybody's capable of beating us in the national tournament. We're capable of beating anybody. So, bottom line is we know if we play good, we beat everybody. We got to play good, but, we're pretty dominant in this conference, which we might have 4 teams going in this conference. So it's not like this conference was garbage. And we might have 4 teams in the national tournament, 3 for sure. So, bottom line is, we gotta keep getting better and work on little things. But these 2 games this weekend, we dominated. It was over early in the third in both games. So then we got this game up to like 38 points or 36 points or something like that. And, the thing I like about my kids and my coaching staff, we don't lose our cool or nothing like that. So it's a talented group. We gotta put together a nationals. But we've done something that school's never done in this basketball, is win the regular season and the postseason. So that's a good accomplishment. Our soccer coach would tell me that they do that every year. But this is good for them. And whatever happens in nationals, and I know we can win it, but it's been a fantastic season up to this point, and we just hope to continue it and see what happens.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
All right.
See you in Missouri. As Shamika Brown was the first Saint to get up there, they cut down the net. Now Taylor Hamilton, 34 points tonight, 21 points yesterday for Our Lady of the Lake for the senior out of California. She got up there able to cut down the net. As Taylor Hamilton, real quick, if we could talk to her. Taylor, 34 points today, 21 yesterday. You broke your own record, the team record. Can you talk about how it's been this season, this tournament?
It's been great, playing with the group of girls that we have this season, and we've just been real motivated. We made it to the Sweet 16 last season, and we're just trying to trying to win a championship this season. Just finish it out with a bang, basically, and that's what we've been able to do this whole season. We first team to go undefeated in a while, so that was a big accomplishment. And then this is the first time for our university to win the regular season and the conference championship. So that's really big for us too. And then now it's just national championship next.
29 games in a row you've won now. How hard is it to win 29 straight games?
It's hard. Winning's hard. And that's why not everybody does it. Our coach tells us that all the time. And that's why we just have to keep on working. We can't be complacent is a big word that we use towards the end of the season and in the postseason. That's the word we're still using. We just can't be complacent with how good we're doing. We got to keep going.
Good game.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
Good
you.
luck. All right, Chris, we'll go back up to you. We'll be out there in just a moment.
And you hear Taylor Hamilton, important words, complacency. You always hear that out of good teams. When you're doing well, it's easy to sit back and, kind of relax and kind of put it in cruise control. But if you want to take it to the next step, the next level, you can never be complacent. You can listen to, many champions, and they'll tell you complacency is not a thing that you want a part of your team. And I think, so far, Our Lady of the Lake has done a good job with not being complacent, as you see them with the 102-80 win today. And we'll have Mike coming back up here in a second after doing his duties. I'm sure we'll have tournament teams and MVP selections here soon. So we'll see.
Achullo up there now with the net cutting. Tell me your thoughts of how, this is the first time you've seen Our Lady like women's basketball
Correct.
team. So you can be very biased about hearing how what you've seen. So what do you think of this team and their chances going forward?
I see, first, a team doesn't get number one in the nation for no reason. Here we saw resilience all night long, defense. I saw that, from the first half to the second half, even when Houston Tillotson would make their runs and when they would, do their thing, Coach Minner had, a good attitude and, brought his team back in and got them, back on the right track, to execute and, come out and finish the game. And, there's a reason that they, hold the record for 29 games in a row, and going forward, as Taylor Hamilton and as I've said before already, complacency is a big thing with, with good teams. You can't be complacent because once you become complacent, somebody else is working to pass you up. So good philosophy and good mentality for the lady, Our Lady of the Lake to have. And as going forward, I mean, if they play like they did tonight, I can see them winning, the national tournament.
And Coach Mitter up there cutting down the net lost his voice after today. Some of his players might like that, but he's up there, his turn now to cut down the net here for the 2016 Raising Cane's Chicken Finger Red River Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Tournament Championship here. And they win it convincingly, 102-80 over Houston Tillotson. As now Coach Katie Novak heading up there. She'll be cutting down a portion of the net for her here. But they're getting ready. They'll be taking on. We don't know who they'll be taking on. That selection show will be coming up. Coming up next week, I believe next Wednesday is when the NAIA will have their selection show. Some of the other universities will be ending their tournaments on Monday and Tuesday. Some of the, I believe, Golden State Athletic Conference will end on Monday. That's one of the later ones. And they'll get everything together. Top 32 teams meet together in one venue and fight it out for a national championship over 6 days. So from the NAIA was created by Dr. James Naismith, created for smaller universities and for HBCUs who weren't getting exposure, weren't getting able, the same recognition from the NCAA. So Dr. Naismith started the NAIA. The NAIA National Tournament is actually older than the NCAA tournament. And the 79th annual men's version of the tournament coming up here in 2 weeks. The women will be there, I believe it's since 1980, so that would be 36 years? I'm trying to do my math in my head, something like that, 80,
something
81. Like that. So, but Our Lady of the Lake headed there along with Houston Tillotson for sure. Pardon me. Langston probably in, and also on the bubble, LSU Shreveport. We'll have to see what's going on. They're right there on that edge. They're a team that's a possibility of having 4 teams again from the Red River Athletic Conference. And coming up after this one, as they're done with all the pictures and all that, we will have the men's championship game. Number 2 in the conference, number 13 in the nation, Langston taking on number 1 in the nation, number 1 in the conference, LSU Alexandria. All that coming up here in just a moment. So for Chris Hines, Mike Thompson saying so long, everybody. We'll see you here in about 20 minutes or so.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love, quality chicken finger meals. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh. Not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins, guaranteeing a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. Well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
And welcome back, everybody, to the championship game of the men's side of the 2016 Raising Cane's Chicken Finger Red River Athletic Conference Championship. As Langston University, the 2 seed, ranked 13th in the nation, taking on the 1 seed LSU Alexandria, number 1 team in the nation. Mike Thompson here with Chris Hines. Chris Hines, you saw most of these teams yesterday. What is your take on, what do you see today's game going to be like?
Well, I think LSU Alexandria is a very well-coached team. Credit to Coach Cordaro. Yesterday I saw them do a lot of good things as far as rebounding-wise. And one thing in particular is their defense. They play defense, all night long, and they force, obviously with the helps of, Brian Sylvester and a couple other 6'10 guys that they had, they do a very good job of forcing teams to take tough shots, ultra shots, and things like that. And thus it causes, real good, defense and bad percentages, for the other team. I think other teams average 39% on the year against Alexandria. So if they can do that and maintain their high shooting percentage, I think they'll be fine. For Langston, on the other hand, yesterday was a little, we saw them struggle a little bit, but come back and, make a push. So that shows how resilient they can be. They have a lot of good individual impact players, from Mike Harris and Curtis Jones and, very good bench players as well. So I think if they can get an accumulated effort, and battle these guys all night long, it can come down to being a real good one here.
Talked to Coach Holt earlier today. I was talking to him about the team, and I said the size advantage. I said, you have a big team, and they've got a really big team. How do you deal with that? And he's like, hey, come over here with me. And he went over there and he showed me this rock that he had picked up in front of his hotel. Real nice-looking rock, smooth. And he said, see this rock? What do you think about it? I said, it's rock, it's smooth, it's nice. He goes, yeah, and it's little. And I go, yeah. He says, you run it over with a car, nothing's going to happen to it. He said, you just have to stay strong. Doesn't matter your size, you stay strong, you're going to be okay. And he said that's what he told his team when going against the guys. He said he feels comfortable. He thinks his guys are more athletic than the bigs, some of the bigs from Alexandria. And he thinks that he can use some of that athleticism from his guys. He said his guys really need to come to play.
And that's definitely, a big thing that I noticed too. A couple of times we saw yesterday, when LSU Shreveport went inside against Alexandria when, Sylvester wasn't in the game. A lot of inside buckets, were going on. So if Langston can use their athleticism to their, advantage and get inside and get finishes around the rim, that could be, something useful for them.
And the opening tip controlled by Langston as Curtis Jones. As Langston moving the ball around as they get over to, and there goes a three. Terrell Jones with the first bucket of the game there and gives Langston an early 3-0 lead. Dustin Adam, that is Coleman. Coleman's such an explosive player, able to hit big shots whenever they need them. Inside of the Dustin Adam, high off the wall, off the glass, no good. The rebound pulled down there by Mulamba. And an interesting fact we'll tell the folks about Mulamba here in a little bit. And another bucket there. Terrell Jones, the first 5 points for Langston.
And he's coming out super aggressive. I think he's noticed, that, he probably has a little bit of a mismatch with Austin Adams on him, and he's looking to attack on 2 straight possessions. He's looking to be really aggressive.
Off to the corner. 3 off the mark, and the rebound pulled down there by Mike Harris. Walters. Has a movement here. As Curtis Jones. 3-pointer from Curtis Jones going to be off the mark, and the rebound brought down by Alexandria. As Darius Johnson with the rebound. And Williams with the dribble, guarded by Walters, over to Coleman. Coleman on the wing near side against Mike Harris. Gets around over to Dustin Adams. 6 on the shot clock. Coleman inside. Ball stripped away from him, and back the other way will come Terrell Jones.
And Langston is real amped up defensively. They have a turnover there, but they're real amped up defensively, and they're looking to get into Alexandria on the defensive end. You hear the bench and the fans, Coach Holt, they're all looking, they're looking right now like they're trying to come out and win this one.
Coach Holt said the team needs to attack. It needs to attack. It needs to be aggressive against this team. He said it's a very deep team that they're playing. It's a big team, and they have a great guard. 3 there, off the mark, no good. Tipped up, brought down by Mike Harris. Walters now in the front court from the wing. Stop, puts up a 3. Got it. 8-0 run to start things off here for Langston. And Alexandria wants to take a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. And they've come out, and they've really taken it to Langston so far.
And I don't really like the energy that's coming from Alexandria to start. It's the championship game. I understand you're number 1 in the nation, but no matter who you're playing, anyone can be beat on any day. So you have to come out with the intensity and the sense of urgency that you're trying to go out and smash the other team. And just a little lack of energy, I think. I don't really hear the bench energy. The guys don't really look enthusiastic. I just think they need to pick up their energy level, and they'll be fine, and they'll be right back in the game.
All right, as we get ready for things get back underway, trying to find some stats. We don't have stats up at the moment. We'll try and keep up to date as much as we can here. 7:22 left to go here, first half. All Langston here as they are trying to take it to the number 1 team of the nation. Walters, round over to Sylvester, back around over to Walters, or not to Walter, I'm sorry, to Johnson. Now Wagner tries to get in by, and the ball knocked away over to Walters, back the other way now for Langston. Walters steps back. As a change in, they brought in Wagner there and took out Coleman in the exchange there, and back underneath, the ball knocked away out of bounds off the knee of Curtis Jones. And 16:44 left to go here, first half. It's 8-0 Langston here. Sylvester. Around over to Johnson. Goes up, tough shot, won't go. Rebound tipped away out of bounds. Going to be Langston ball.
And Alexandria just doesn't seem to be, in sync a little bit. They're trying to run offense, but Langston is, giving them pressure and pushing them out. But they just don't seem to be taking the type of shots that they usually want to take.
The official change to call there. It's going to be Alexandria ball as it sends out over to Williams. Williams guarded by Walters, over to Wagner. Back over to Williams. Move, comes over, gets an opening, and for the shot off the mark, no good, and the rebound brought down by Curtis Jones. Up to Walters the other way. Walters stops, kind of slid there, maybe got away with a little bit of a travel there as a little ice-capade action it looked like for a moment there. Now Walters, Jones, Terrell Jones, back out, Walters. Walters steps inside, whistle, and a foul's on the floor. It's going to be on Wagner, his first team foul, 15-53.
And Coach Cordero is making a lot of subs here early in the game. looking to get some different guys, get some different looks, bringing in Claiborne now. Hopefully they can get something going and get some points on the board.
As he's traveled, it looks like, with 16 players. So he's got a lot of depth. Of course, 5 of the players we saw last night we didn't see until 30 seconds left in the game. And another shot there for 3 as Walters hits that one. And Langston is just not letting up on him.
And Coach Holt is fired up on the sideline. He's super excited. He's clapping. He's running up and down the sidelines. We got us a good one right here. And finally, Sylvester gets the first bucket of the night. Go inside to Sylvester. If you need some buckets, go inside.
11-2 the score in favor of Langston, as it took nearly 5 minutes for Alexandria to get on the board. That one last touch by Alexandria going to be Langston ball. But before Our Lady of the Lakes women, Alexandria was the team that had the most points scored this season in the tournament. And there it takes them nearly 5 minutes to get their 4 points on the board here against Langston. Coach Holt talked about that. He said defense. He said they didn't play good defense against Our Lady of the Lake, and he wanted to play good defense tonight. He said the first time they beat them, it was a close game, or when they lost, it was a close game in the 60s in Alexandria. They played defense, and he wants to have a defensive game. But I think the offense will work for him too if he's able to hold them like that and do that, as they are absolutely on fire right now. 14-2, a 12-point lead. The second longest active streak in all of men's college basketball on the line right now with Alexandria. They've won 22 straight. Sylvester underneath, grabs the ball, now dishes out. Wagner, 3, off the iron, no good. Rebound knocked around, it's on the floor. Claiborne able to get it, he loses it for a moment, but sends it back over to Coleman. D'Angelo Coleman, over to Wagner. Wagner back around over to Coleman. Sylvester inside, holding him there, ball knocked away. And they're going to say 2, the ball's down as he trapped it against the glass.
Good call from the referee. The ball hits the glass first. Good, awareness from Sylvester to get the ball up quick before Mulamba could come in, for the block. Ball hits the glass, Mulamba blocks it. Goaltender call, great call from referees.
We talked yesterday about Mulamba. He's from the Democratic Republic of Congo. You said it's like Serge Ibaka.
Resembles Ibaka a little bit.
They were neighbors. They were the village right next to each other in the Congo they're both from. And they're both in the Oklahoma City area.
Interesting.
Small world there.
Small world.
Mulamba sends it back out over to Wilson. Back to Wilson again. Another 3. That one's well off the mark.
And you could tell he didn't want to shoot that one. He was wide open for a while, passing, deflection. And then he just finally had to take it. He didn't want to shoot that one. Good defense from Alexandria.
Nearly 13 and a half minutes to go here, first half. 10-point lead for Langston over LSU Alexandria. Coleman steps up, jumper, good. There he is. When they need a shot, he comes there for them. 8-point lead now for Langston. McDowell looks inside to Mulamba. Mulamba called for a travel. As Mulamba, the 6'9 senior. There's no way Claiborne is 6'10 if Mulamba is 6'9. The freshman has definitely grown as the year has gone by since they first measured his height. Johnson in the lane, goes up strong, whistle the foul. Mulamba is going to be called for the foul, and 2 free throws coming up here.
And I don't know if I agree with that one from the ref. Looks like, Darius Johnson did a good job of getting, trying to seek contact, but I think Mulamba was straight up and held his position, but he gets a foul called on him right there.
So Darius Johnson's first shot is there good. And the 12-point lead is down to 7 now. Second shot coming up here. And that will find its way in. 6-point lead for Langston with 12:43 left to go here in the first half. Austin Adams gets ready to check in for Alexandria. Walamba inside over to McDowell. Back the other way to Wilson, up over the head. Turnover back the other way. Coleman, long three, won't go. Rebound brought down by Mike Harris. If he hit that three, I think things would have changed quickly. Ball knocked away, and foul is going to be called on Johnson. First personal. 12:16 left to go in this one. Second team foul now for Alexandria. One for Langston.
And when Sylvester was in, LSU Alexandria was able to settle down, play better defense, get the ball inside. Things started to open up. Now that he's out, I'll be interested to see, how Langston plays and how Alexandria plays in this time period.
Because as Coach Holt had said, that he feels his team is more athletic than Alexandria's bigs. Harris the three, off the mark. Rebound brought down by Wagner. Back the other way. Goes right at the basket. Wagner's going to be fouled. 2 shots coming up as Mike Harris will pick up the foul. That'll be second team foul on Langston. Harris found himself in foul trouble yesterday. He had a great game, but he had some difficulties with fouls down the stretch. Wagner's first free throw is good.
And Green checks into the game. He usually gives Langston a good spark, offensively, and gives them, athletic and defensive presence in the game too. So he could be an impact player in this game too as well.
8-0 run for LSU Alexandria as they pull back to within 4 now of Langston. As Terrell Jones there is called for the foul, or is going to be fouled there.
Now, I agree with the foul on this one. I don't necessarily agree with the 2-shot call. Looks like it was on the floor around, the free throw line, but 2 free throws awarded to Mr. Jones.
So Terrell Jones, 6'5" junior from Memphis, Tennessee. First free throw there was good. As Jones is going to have to come out now because of the fouls. That'll bring in Williams. But again, there's so much depth for Alexandria at that guard position. All right, second shot no good. Austin Adams with the board, and Wagner brings the ball front court. Wagner comes back, picked up, round over to Williams. Back to Wagner. 10 on the shot clock for Alexandria. Under 11.5 to go first half. Williams puts up a 3 off the mark. No good. Out of bounds. Langston ball.
Looks like he tried to, gave a little kick. Tried to get a foul call, but I don't think there was any touch there.
We're about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours away from Alexandria, Louisiana, and there's a big contingency of Alexandria fans here. And we're getting the noise on this side. There's Walters, set it out. McDowell can't keep it in bounds. Out of bounds, going to be Alexandria ball. That free throw from Jones a moment ago broke an 8-0 run that Alexandria had going. The lead is 5 points now for Langston. Claiborne steps up, puts up the jumper, bounces off, no good. Terrell Jones with the rebound, and back the other way, McDowell with the ball. Langston. McDowell. Jones, 3 from straight away. Won't go that time. Rebound brought down, though, by Walters. Marquise Walters, the senior from Ardmore, Oklahoma. Gets around over to Green. Walters inside there. Walamba underneath, kicks it back out. Goes, looks, and Green falling away. Almost had a Westbrook-type moment there. That'll be a whistle, and the foul is going to be on Langston. as Walters picks up the foul. His first third-team foul now on Langston. Halfway through this first half, and a 5-point lead for Langston. They've led by as many as 12. And right now, Alexandria on an 8-1 run. Coleman. As that's now inside to Smith, to Dustin Adams, and followed up by Austin Adams.
That twin brother connection.
15-12. Three-point lead now. Mulamba's shot is up and good.
Langston needed that basket. They hadn't scored, in a few, and Alexandria had been pressuring them and making them take tough shots and get things they didn't want. So good to get that basket there for Langston.
Off of the quarter, Smith. Austin Adams, shot blocked by Mulamba. Now back the other way. Dustin Adams' shot won't go in. The rebound brought down by Terrell Jones. Walters. Kicks out. Green, three. Got it.
And there's Green with the three. He's one of those guys that, he's definitely capable of heating up and scoring quickly.
As Renard Green, the junior out of Dallas. And it's an 8-point lead now for Langston. Coleman. Now looks as Williams goes strong. Reversed, had to change the shot. Good. Follow up there. Dustin Adams comes in to clean up the miss. 6-point lead here for Langston. 8:05 left to go first half. McDowell to Jones up top. Green, another three. That one won't go. Mulamba there, going to be whistling. They're going to call Mulamba.
I get the idea for Green. You just made one from, kind of the same spot. But I don't know if you want to take that one right off the screen. Kind of crowded, a little clustered on that side. Get a good possession, push the lead up some more. But
Talbot has checked in, and Sylvester back in for Alexandria. We saw Alexandria struggle at times defensively when Talbot was in the game last night with the athletic players of Shreveport. But there's Coleman, their shot blocked there. And they call the jump ball as Talbot comes down hard on Williams. Williams a little slow there. Or is it Williams? No, it's not Williams.
Eglin, Miles Eglin.
Miles Eglin there, the guard out of Houston.
Me and Miles actually played AAU basketball together,
oh, okay.
So me and Miles are good friends.
Well, he got landed on a big fella there. And Talbot inside, using his body, able to go. And the big fella says, not so fast about I'm not athletic, as he gets that one to go in there. And back now the other way. And the offensive foul.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Alexandria went back to Talbot in the post again.
That's McDowell.
Stepping in for the Lions, number 3, Renard Green.
Well, actually, Harris picks up that one, wasn't it? That's his second. 15 foul now for Langston. 4-point lead for Langston. 7:12 to go here, first half.
There it is, back into the post to Talbot.
Talbot back around to Sylvester. Talbot kicks back out. And their body, that's going to be offensive foul. As Talbot called for the foul there.
I think he just lowered his shoulder a little bit too much. He's bigger than Jones, and he had the mismatch. Or I don't know if he even.
It's a tough
it's
call.
A tough
It's hard. He's a big guy. It's like Shaq.
Yeah, so he posted him up, lowered his shoulder, probably just backing him down a little bit, but gets the offensive call.
And there's the jumper up in there. It's Curtis Jones.
And I believe that's his first basket of the night, so it's good to see him, get going.
He's been a little quiet. Now it's a 6-point lead for Langston. 6.5 minutes to go here, first half. And there's Smith, puts up a 3 off the mark and tried to save it in. It wanted to be out of bounds. And it'll go back the other way to Langston. So Alexandria having kind of the problem that Shreveport had last night. They would get kind of close, almost get there, and then start getting pulled away from. There's Curtis Jones now in the front court. It's now over to Terrell Jones, and that'll be 2 fouls now on Talbert.
And I see a new Terrell Jones today. Yesterday I watched him play. He was kind of reserved, not looking to attack much. So Coach Holt must have had a talk with him and told him, look, you're one of our better players. We need you to be aggressive and go score on these big guys in there. And he's doing a fine job today.
So Claiborne's about to come in. And the shot is good. 23-16 the lead right now for Langston. Claiborne comes in for Talbert. Talbert comes in and gets 2 points, got 2 fouls. One offensive and the other where he basically tackled Terrell Jones. And that's off the back iron and no good. And the rebound brought down there. Williams nicely getting in there, fight for the rebound and take it away from there from Elgin. Sylvester, jumper for the baseline, got it. Nice shot from Sylvester.
Sized up his defender, his defender was playing a little bit too far back, and he felt confident in shooting that shot.
Jones' shot won't go down. Sylvester the rebound. Wagner now pushing forward for Alexandria. Johnson underneath, goes up. Nice move to just kind of glide around the defender, and he pulls Alexandria back to within 3, and a timeout called. With 5:31 left to go first half, it's a 30-second timeout. And again, we'll have to see if Alexandria can come in now and kind of get something going here. As with the slow start, they've done a good job to get back to 3. But we've seen them get back closer and then let Langston pull away again. They get closer again, and then Langston pulls away again. See what they can do here after this timeout.
The game has evened out a little bit. Both teams, had their ups and downs now. The game is kind of settled in and settled down. Langston not shooting as hot as they were to start, and Alexandria getting better looks offensively, playing better defense. So it's good to see both of these teams finally settling in and getting into their game.
23-20 is the score. 5:31 left to go here, first half. Both of these teams have received or will have the automatic bids to the to the national tournament, the 79th annual Buffalo Funds NAIA National Championship. Away, that's going to stay with Langston. 5:22 left to go here, first half. Up top to Elgin. To Walters. Bring it up top. They're slowing it down. 10 on the shot clock. Ring with over to Curtis Jones. Back to Walters. Walters thought about the shot now. Maybe should have just gone with it the first time.
Second guessed himself, and that's probably why he missed.
Under 5 minutes to go now here in the first half. 3-point lead for Langston. Johnson inside, whistle the foul. Foul's going to be on Walters, and I think that's going to be his second. As Austin Adams getting ready to check in. And D'Angelo Coleman. And I've noticed that Alexandria has such confidence with their guards that D'Angelo Coleman, player of the year, can sit down for long periods of time.
Yeah, between Wagner and William and even Evan Smith, as well as Darius Johnson, they all do a good job, of keeping them in the game. Very good guards that Alexandria has.
Ball stolen away there by Curtis Jones. Green's back now for Langston. Curtis Jones back to Green, inside, steps up, jumper, in and out, no good. Sylvester pulls down the rebound. Coleman back the other way now for the Generals. Coleman right at the basket, lays it up and in. 1 point lead now for Langston. And the bucket. And Jones with another one to extend the lead back to 3. Terrell Jones now with 9 points he's had for him. Coleman looks around, steps forward, dishes back out. Now Wagner, three-pointer, won't go. Sylvester there follows up.
And he kept Miles sealed the whole time on that possession. Thought it might have been a 3-second call, but he kept him sealed that whole time. Good shot, got the rebound, and followed up with a bucket, giving his team a second chance.
Green, long three, won't go. Rebound tipped out as Terrell Jones down there, but it's taken away by Wagner up ahead. The speed from Wagner back there, and ball knocked away. Going to be a whistle, and the foul is going to be on Green. Nice steal there from Williams. Jordan Williams goes in there, but Green, a good job, get a finger in there to make him earn him from the line. Alexandria a chance to take their first lead of the game. Jordan Williams' first free throw is good. We're tied. First tie since 0. With 3:13 left to go here first half, Alexandria looking to take their first lead of the game. Off the mark. And Curtis Jones brings the rebound. McDowell will push the ball forward. Wilson. Back to McDowell, up top, over to Jones. Terrell Jones. Dribble behind his back there, inside against Adams. Out, jumper for Wilson, rattles home and good. Jeremy Wilson, the senior from Wichita, Kansas, gets that one down. 2-point lead for Langston. 2:37 left to play first half. Wagner over to Austin Adams. It's Williams. Around over to Dustin Adams. Wagner trying to kick it back out. It's going to be knocked away. Last touch by Langston. 9 on the shot clock. 2:24 to go here in the first half. Looking, just gets it in, stolen by Wilson on the inbound as Green gets now over to McDowell. McDowell around to Green on the wing, up top Terrell Jones. 15 on the shot clock. They're up, whistle, and the foul. The foul is going to be on LSU Alexandria. And Smith picks up the foul, his first personal. 16 fouls now for Alexandria. Langston in the bonus with 7. Or has put Alexandria in the bonus with 7. Curtis Jones misses the free throw. Johnson, Sylvester, Claiborne checking in for Alexandria. As Curtis Jones now here at the line for his second attempt, missing the first, and he'll miss both, and Sylvester bringing down the board. 2 minutes left to go first half, 27-25. Langston with the lead over the number 1 team of the nation. Coleman takes the screen from Claiborne. Sylvester and there dishes off Claiborne, lays it up and in.
That's an excellent pass from Sylvester. He took his time in the post, was patient, backed his man down, and found Claiborne underneath to go wide open for a layup.
Tied at 27, a minute and a half left to go first half, and a 3 from Curtis Jones. Oh, a three-pointer from Curtis Jones. It's a 30-27 now. Langston with the lead. Sylvester to Smith. Smith back over to D'Angelo Coleman. Johnson inside, whistle, foul, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Good move from Johnson. Very aggressive to the rim. Made a nice crossover move, was able to get contact. Now let's see if he can finish from the free throw line.
At the line for the Timberwolves, number 0, Darius Johnson.
Johnson on the season is a 61% free throw shooter, 77 of 127 on the year. He's averaging 10.3 a game, and he's got 4 points tonight, 2 fouls. A very low-scoring game for these two teams. It's Alexandria averaging 84.6 a game, and Langston 83.7 a game. Very similar are the two teams. Second shot coming up here. Got it. One-point lead for Langston with 1:02 to go here in the half. As Curtis Jones pushes the ball forward. 52 seconds. Jones, another one in and out. Claiborne grabs the rebound. Sends it back around over to Coleman. Coleman steps up, foot on the line, long 2, no good. The rebound there to Wilson. Back ahead comes McDowell. Jarrell Jones in between, fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Probably not the shot you wanted from Coleman. I understand that you probably, kind of felt it a little bit off the dribble from you're a good shooter. But probably not the shot you want with 45 seconds left on the clock. Probably should get a better shot and then hopefully get the ball back and, score again if that was, if you were going for a 2-for-1 situation.
That one bounces off the mark, no good. Second shot coming up. (30-29) Langston with the lead, 37.2 seconds. Terrell Jones hits the second bucket. 2-point lead now. And Jones with 10 points. Wagner over to Coleman. Coleman on the wing, far side. Looks now Claiborne inside. Sylvester misses, follows up and puts it in. We're tied at 31. 16 seconds left to go here, first half. Curtis Jones with it. 6 seconds. Goes right side. 3 seconds. 2. Goes strong. Shot blocked by Sylvester. And that'll end the first half. And how symbolic for the nation's leader in shot blocks to end the half with a block shot.
And you want Jones with the ball at the end of the possession. You can't be mad at that. He tries to create and make a play. He got into the lane, looked for contact, but an excellent block from Sylvester.
So we have 20 more minutes, and we will have a new Red River Athletic Conference tournament champion, possibly a new one. It's Alexandria, the defending champs. Langston trying to get their first, but we'll be back with more as we are tied at 31 here from Laterno University in Longview, Texas for the 2016 Raising Cane Chicken Fingers Red River Athletic Conference tournament. We'll be back.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love, quality chicken finger meals. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh. Not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins, guaranteeing a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. Well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
And welcome back, everybody. Halftime as we're all tied at 31 here at LeTourneau University in Longview, Texas for the 2016 Raising Cane's Chicken Finger Red River Athletic Conference Basketball Tournament. The tournament championship underway as Langston jumped out to the big lead first half, and Alexandria able to come back and tie it here at the half, 31-31. First half shooting, Langston 47%, 11 of 23 from the field, 6 of 16 from 3 at 38%. Free throw shooting, got to hit free throws. You want to beat good teams, you got to hit free throws. 3 of 8, 38%. Alexandria, 12 of 31 from the field, 40%, 0 of 7 from 3, and 7 of 8 from the free throw line to help get them back there in that first half. 10 points for Terrell Jones, leading scorer for Langston. And the top scorer on the other side, also with just 10 points, is Brian Sylvester. So, some of your thoughts on the first half, Mr. Hines?
Good game, I think we got some good offense, good defense, got some playmakers on both sides. I think, but if you want to finish this game out and be on top, there has to be something that, that stands out, above the rest, whether it be someone else, exploding for some scoring or some exceptional defense or shot blocking could be a possibility from Sylvester, things like that. Something has to stand out. And, as a team, you have to do something extra, to get you over the hump and get you that win. You see we're tied at half. Somebody's going to have to do something, to edge out the other.
So get ready to start the second half as Alexandria underway. Get their players out, Langston as well. Both of these teams already in the national tournament. As Curtis Jones brings the ball up. Forward, now gets over to Walters, back over to Jones on the wing far side. Back out. 3. Got it. Start off with a 3. Start off the second half like you did the first half.
Great possession to start the half, get you some momentum, get you some, energy going in.
Williams. Right over to Coleman. As Johnson steps forward, left open, will take the shot. Going to be off the mark of the rebound. Curtis Jones off of the quarter. Walters. It's across now. Terrell Jones underneath. Shot won't fall for him. And Johnson brings down the rebound for Alexandria. 19 minutes left to go here, second half. 3-point lead now for Langston, 34-31. Coleman in the lane. And a whistle and a foul. Coleman's going to go to the line to shoot free throws.
And it's unfortunate because I think that foul is going to be on Harris again. And if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be his third foul. And, he's one of your main guys, and now he has to come out not even 1 minute or, so into the game. He's a big scorer, and they need him on the court tonight.
And D'Angelo Coleman goes to the line. His first free throw of the night is going to be off the mark. Second free throw coming up here for Coleman. And Coleman misses both. So McDowell, front court now for Langston. Falling out there inside. Molamba's shot's going to be a little off there. And back the other way comes Alexandria. Williams inside to Dustin Adams, over to Austin Adams. Shot blocked by Mulamba.
Mulamba's down there altering shots. That's a good sign for Langston to start off the half.
Inside to him, nice no-look pass to get there, and that shot is going to be up there. It's going to be whistle and a foul on Johnson, and Johnson is going to pick up his, is that his third or his fourth? It says 3 up on the board already, unless they went really, really quick, so we'll go with 3.
I believe that's his third.
They were really quick putting that 3 up there from the
She's a pro.
The table crew.
And good plays from Malamba, to come and get the block and then sprint down the floor to the other end, get the ball, pump fake, be patient, and get a foul. Great 2 plays from Malamba.
4 points the lead now for Langston. Malamba here, second shot. Got it. 4 points for Malamba. 5-point lead now with 18-10 left to go here in the second half. Langston trying to end the 22-game winning streak of LSU Alexandria. LSU Alexandria trying to be the first back-to-back winner of the conference tournament in over a decade. The bucket there is good. 3-point lead now for Langston. Terrell Jones finds McDowell. Out. Jones up top. As looking in, and Malamba again able to get in the whistle and the foul on Claiborne. And Claiborne turned around and he had that look like he knew.
Malamba doing a great job of keeping his man sealed, working in the paint, keeping his feet moving. Finally gets the pass over the top. Couldn't get the finish, but again gets the foul. So good 2 offensive possessions back-to-back from Malamba.
Malamba at the line, hitting another free throw. 4-point lead for Langston, 37-33, 17-32 to go, second half. Second shot, got them both. King from the free throw line there, Malamba right now here in the second half, 4 for 4. 5-point lead for Langston, 17-22 to go second half. Wagner, stop, foot on the line, 3-pointer, good. 2-pointers, good. And he'll draw LSU Alexandria back to within 3. 17:07 to go here, second half. Walters. Malamba inside with Claiborne, back out. Jones 3, got it. Terrell Jones with another big shot. He's got 13 points.
And whenever he sees Adams on him, he's looking to be aggressive. He's looking for a shot anytime he sees one of the Adams brothers on him.
6-point lead here. Nearing 16 and a half minutes to go here in the second half. Williams with the opposite way of the screen, loses the ball, the dribble over to Claiborne, knocks it away. McDowell tried to get there, and he'll land on the lap of Talbert.
I think Coach is going to need a lot of Brian Sylvester tonight if he wants to keep his team in this game and up.
Coleman's shot is short. He grabs his own offensive board, and a whistle and travel is the call on D'Angelo Coleman. And from the reaction of what he mouthed there, I think he knew he traveled. 16-18 to go here, second half. It's a 6-point lead for Langston.
And like you said earlier, Coach not shy of taking out his guards. Coleman, like you said, player of the year. He's definitely not, and even Williams now, not shy of taking him out the game.
Up ahead, McDowell with Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, because that whole way down the court was not the prettiest thing that McDowell has probably ever done on a basketball court. But he gets it to go in off the glass, and it's an 8-point lead now. The lead is slowly building up again. Johnson, shot, gets it to go. And a whistle here. So the officials stop for a moment to talk to the table.
Looks like a delay of game warning.
Delay of game warning here.
Sylvester.
On LSU Alexandria there. So McDowell will carry the ball front court. And a whistle and an offensive foul. Mulamba. No, it's not. It's going to be on Walters. Walters picks up his third personal. 15-40, if I can speak, left to go here in the second half. Green gets ready to check in now for Langston. It's Wagner into the front court. Claiborne. Sylvester throws it off of Terrell. No, he does not able to. I guess he stepped on the line beforehand, so it's going to be Langston ball with 15:27 to go second half and a 6-point lead.
And Walters checking out of the game because of foul trouble, bringing in Green. I can see, with him and Harris, Walters is playing, pretty solid tonight. Him and Harris being out of the game could cause a little problem.
Knocked away there, a whistle, the foul. Foul's going to be on Wagner. That's going to be his his second personal foul. Third team foul now on Langston. McDowell looks now over to Curtis Jones. Terrell Jones goes through there against Sylvester. Had to change the shot, and that's what happens when you got Sylvester there. Not a very pretty shot at all.
No, good defense by Sylvester, though, to stand his ground.
And that looked. Was that 2 steps?
It must have been. It must have been. The ref didn't call it, so.
It's 2 points in there for Smith. And they're pushed out of bounds. The turnover the other way. Momentum shifting back again. Alexandria, number 1 team of the nation, has never led in this one. D'Angelo Coleman brings the ball in the front court as he's back in there now. Sylvester trying to get in, turns around, puts up the shot, won't go. Rebound tipped up. Claiborne there, whistle and a foul. And the foul is on. So McDowell picks up his first personal foul. Third team foul now for Langston. Coleman. Around to Johnson. Johnson has the ball, taken away by Curtis Jones. 2-on-1, nice pass behind the Green. Up and it won't go.
And you got to go finish those. You get a turnover on this end and take Alexandria by surprise, and then you come back. You got to convert on the other end.
And you take away the nice pass, too, from Curtis Jones. And their whistle will not count the basket on the floor. And a warning is that whistle there at the bench. Points at him, points for him to sit down. Didn't see who the foul was.
A couple of fouls being called here lately. Looks like the refs are kind of tired of all the physicality.
Sylvester inside, shot there off the glass, no good. Rebound tipped up and in by Smith. Smith with two baskets there. They're getting back to within 2. Sylvester rebound.
And Smith and the rest of the Alexandria players providing a good, energy and spark coming right now.
D'Angelo Coleman will be fouled. He'll go to the line. And now you have an athletic director mopping up the floor down there here in this tournament. So D'Angelo Coleman going to try and tie the game here. Now the first shot, he got it. 43-42, Langston with the lead. 13:39 left to go in this one. Got them both. 43-43, 13:39 left to go in this one. Wilson, Green, Harris, Jones, Terrell Jones, and McDowell on the court for Langston. Terrell Jones on the free throw line, guarded by Austin Adams. Back around over to McDowell. McDowell underneath, changes the shot up, gets it to fall for him. Nice shot from McDowell.
Good maneuver and finish. Langston needed that bucket there. It's good that they got that one.
Coleman underneath, shot won't go. Sylvester with the rebound, shot won't go. Rebound brought down, tipped up in the air, and it's going to be a whistle. The foul is going to be on Alexandria. as Sylvester picks up the foul. And that's going to be his first personal. And the 14th foul now for LSUA.
And now the game's getting a little, amped up, a little wired up. I think the refs probably want to take control of this one. A lot of bodies flying around, a lot of physical play. The refs might want to take control here before things get chippy.
Terrell Jones up top, looking at Wilson, and going to be a whistle on the foul. 3-second violation, not actually a foul. 3-second violation and a turnover back the other way. Wagner, front court. Goes to his left, inside Sylvester, baseline. Sylvester guarded by Wilson. Goes in there, hook shot on the iron, kind of died and fell in the bucket. And it's good there. We're tied at 45 with 12:23 to go here, second half. McDowell at the basket, looking. Back out over to Wilson, and McDowell will restart it. 15 on the shot clock. Trying to throw it inside, a whistle on the foul. And I think the foul is on Wagner.
Yeah, it looks like he was holding Green down there in the post.
And that'll be his third personal foul and 15th foul for LSUA. Johnson coming in, and Wagner coming out. Out to Wilson. As Terrell Jones, another bucket for him. 15 points now. And a 2-point lead again for Langston. With 11:55 left to go in this one. Across over to Adams. Coleman with it. Sends it back to Adams. D'Angelo Coleman has the ball knocked away from him. Said it was last touched by McDowell. McDowell said it went off the foot of D'Angelo Coleman. But it's going to be LSUA ball.
Good pressure and defense from McDowell on that play. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Langston needs to make sure they box out and rebound and get this stop. Don't give Alexandria a second chance to score here.
11:34 to lob inside. And Sylvester missing. Claiborne, and then Sylvester follows up on the miss from Claiborne. And they lobbed it in over the head there, and Sylvester, great inbound play there called. Off the mark, and the rebound for Claiborne. Alexandria with a chance to take their first lead with 11:12 to go. Second half. Johnson underneath, up in the air, whistle on the foul. Foul is on McDowell. His third personal, 16 foul now. And a timeout being called by LSU, by Langston with the timeout. And it's going to be a full timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching the 2016 Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers Red River Athletic Conference basketball tournament from LeTourneau University in Longview.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love, quality chicken finger meals. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh. Not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins, guaranteeing a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. Well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
And welcome back to LeTourneau University in Longview, Texas, the site of the 2016 Raising Cane's Red River Athletic Conference basketball tournament. And LSU Alexandria, the bucket there from Johnson gives them their first lead of the night or the afternoon. Second shot off there, and a rebound brought down by Walters. And knocked away. So actually, technically, we are evening now, just about. It's 7 o'clock. I've been inside all day. I have no idea of sunlight anymore over these last
Looks the same
3
in the gym.
days. Yeah, over these last 3 days.
All day.
We get that one light there from the orthopedics place, and it looks like daylight coming in, then it's night again. It's just, I'm like the movie Insomniac with Al Pacino. If you've ever seen that.
I've never seen that.
Never seen that one? It's in Alaska, and can't sleep because it's daylight all the time. And knocked away out of bounds there. It's going to stay now with Langston. 4 on the shot clock, and they need a
bucket.
And the quarter of 3. Got it. You said it. They got it. And they take the lead back.
And as I said earlier, before the game, going to need a lot of effort from supporting cast on Langston, and Walter is having a good game, I believe, with 12 points tonight.
50-48 the score now. Favor of Langston. 10-16 left to go here in the second half. Off the mark, no good. Rebound tipped back in.
Sylvester, he's causing a lot of problems inside tonight.
Was that Sylvester or was that Wilson who tapped it in?
Either way, Sylvester causing a lot of inside problems for everyone.
Missing there, and Sylvester grabbing the rebound. Back the other way. We're tied at 50. 9:50 left to go here in the second half. Johnson losing the dribble there on the floor. Players around. Underneath, Smith goes. Shot off. Rebound tipped up again. Smith tips that one in.
Offensive rebounds and second chance points becoming a problem for Langston. They need to get in there, box out, and rebound if they want to stay in this game for long.
And the small guard there, Smith, goes in there, plays with the trees, and puts it up and in. McDowell. Around now over to Malamba. Try to get it back over to Harris. Harris will have it, send it, but it's going to be stolen away by Johnson. Back the other way, 3-on-2. Stops Coleman, 3 from the wing. In and out, no good. Back to follow up, won't go, and out of bounds. It's going to stay. LSU Alexandria ball, 9:05 left to go here in the second half. And Alexandria, I don't think they have hit a 3 tonight.
At halftime, they were 0 for 7.
And we still don't have live stats up, so I can't tell you if I'm telling the truth to you or not.
I don't think Coleman's hit one. If anything, maybe Wagner, but other than that, I don't think anybody's hit a 3 tonight for LSUA.
Wagner comes around to the right side, now back up top. Looks, ball knocked away the other way, breakaway. Mike Harris, is he going to go a highlight? Puts it in. Got a nice little dunk there. That's 2 nights in a row I think I was tricked. Claiborne last night I thought was going to pull half the building down. He laid it up. 8:31 left to go here. Tie game between the top 2 teams of the Red River. Knocked away, whistle, foul. Foul is going to be on Langston.
I said it before, but Smith, making a lot of plays for Alexandria tonight. Offensive rebounds, attacking the glass, defensively still, giving a great effort, for the Generals tonight.
Malama called for the foul. That's his 3rd personal foul. It's team foul number 7. It's going to be a timeout called here. At 8:23 left to go here in the second half. We're tied at 52, and free throws coming up for Alexandria. It's a 30-second timeout. As earlier game, Our Lady of the Lake women, 29 straight wins now, won 102-80 over Houston Tillotson. The first women's team to win both the regular season and conference tournament in the same season since Langston in 2011. Alexandria did it last year on the men's side. It was the first time since, I believe, 2006, and Houston Baptist did it. Or no, 2008, Houston Baptist. And I believe it was like 3 or 4 years before that somebody had repeated as both, which was, again, Houston Baptist, who dominated the Red River Athletic Conference for such a long time before going to NCAA Division I. And off the mark there, Smith with the free throw. Second one coming up here. (52-52) the score. Second shot. Got it. Alexandria with a 1-point lead with 8:21 left to go second half. Terrell Jones out to Malamba. Back to Jones in the quarter. Walters. Mike Harris. Harris goes in, leans in, catches off the glass, gets his own rebound, follows up, gives Langston back the lead. 1-point lead here with 7:57 to go, and going to be as Coleman has checked back in now for LSUA. Sylvester. Back around. Going to be a whistle and a foul. Or is it a foul? Or was it 3 seconds? What was
it? Looks like he went out of bounds.
Oh, he went out of bounds?
And he was the first one to touch it.
Oh, okay. So a turnover now for LSUA. As Smith goes out of.
I think Coach Cordero is trying to argue that he was forced and pushed out of bounds, therefore he should be able to come back in and catch it. But ref thinks otherwise.
7:32 left to go here in this one. A 1-point lead for Langston. Langston fans want to travel. Inside, Jones, and that's the goaltend. I thought that was a goaltend.
Yeah, I really thought that was a goaltend.
That ball looked like it was coming down. But they're going to call it a block shot.
Wow, what a reach.
That was what a reach. Yeah. And from the crowd reaction, I kind of got it was a goaltend because there was no like big explosion of cheers on this side. Jones there, miss. Mulamba tried. Jones goes back. Ball stripped out of his hand by Austin Adam. Up ahead goes Johnson. Ahead Sylvester. Sylvester looking, goes strong. Whistle, and he'll go to the line. He'll shoot two. Mulamba's going to pick up his fourth personal foul with 7:03 left to play. And a warning now on the head coach of Langston, Stan Holt. First shot here for Sylvester. Selgin gets ready to check in. And the first shot's good. And we are tied at 54. Second shot with 7:03 left to go. Missed it. And free throws have been what has killed LSUA today. That and missing of three-pointers. Not being able to hit anything from three so far
good
today.
To tighten those up.
Curtis Jones. 8 points for Jones tonight. Coach Holt said it was going to be important for him to score, and that was going to be a foul on Sylvester. That'll be his second personal.
And Alexandria has done a pretty decent job on Jones to this point. I believe he only has 8 points. You know, to this point, good job. He gets to the free throw line here. And, you know, if you're Langston, you want to get him involved and get him, you know, the ball, get him in position to score.
First shot there for Jones is good. 1 point lead, Langston. 6:38 to go. Now second shot. Got them both. 2-point lead for Langston, 56-54 as we near 6.5 minutes to go in this one. Wagner, Sylvester. Coleman gets to Austin. Austin tries to force inside and does. Austin Adams puts it in. We're tied at 56. Elgin. Nice move the other way. Kicks out over to Walters. Curtis Jones right at the basket. Ball stripped out of his hand and a whistle on the foul that it says is on the floor. So 17 fouls now on Alexandria, and that'll give put Curtis Jones on the line for the 1-and-1.
And every possession, for both teams here on out, I envision the game being, similar, close, in score for the rest of the game. So every possession is going to count from here on out for both teams.
First shot is good. Langston takes the lead back again. That's good. 58-56, 5:57 left to go. Full timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching the 2016 Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers Red River Athletic Conference Tournament. We'll be back.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love, quality chicken finger meals. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh. Not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins, guaranteeing a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. Well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Welcome back. 5:57 left to go in this one. A 2-point lead for Langston. LSU-A with the ball. Johnson gets around now over to Coleman. D'Angelo Coleman, the Conference Player of the Year. Johnson, here 15.5 minutes to go in this one. Austin Adams back over to Coleman. Coleman steps in, long 2-pointer off the mark. Adams grabs the rebound. Throws back into the backcourt. That's going to be over and back and a turnover. And it's going to be Langston ball with 5:22 left to go now. Walter, around over to Mike Harris. Walters. (58-56), 5:10 left to go in this one. Langston with the lead. Curtis Jones with the dribble. Spinning away from Williams. No good. And the rebound pulled down by Austin Adams. Under 5 minutes to go now. Sylvester again lays it up and in. They just lob it into him. He gets it and puts it in.
And the Lions are struggling guarding him tonight. He's just so long and so tall. It's hard to do anything with him tonight.
58-58, we're tied. 4:36 left to go here. Mike Harris comes around the screen, puts up the jumper. Long, won't go. Rebound tipped back in right to D'Angelo Coleman. Coleman going right to the basket, dishes off to Sylvester, lays it up, and good. 2-point lead for Alexandria, their largest lead of the night. For the #1 team in the nation. with 4:10 left to go. Who wants it more? And a whistle and the foul. Going to be 1-1 the foul. As Williams picks up his second personal foul. 8th team foul. Curtis Jones at the line again for the 1-1.
Key substitution I can see making, a real difference. Number 2, Evan Smith. He's been causing a lot of problems around the rim, second chance, and defensively. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes some big plays here down the stretch.
Claiborne also coming back in for LSUA. And Curtis Jones here with a chance to tie it. First shot good. 13 points for Curtis Jones. Got them both. We're tied. 4:02 left to go in this one. 60-60 the score. D'Angelo Coleman enters the front court. The Smith inside. Shot. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Mike Harris, who thought he got all ball. That'll be his 4th personal foul. And going to the line to shoot is going to be Smith. Evan Smith, 7 points tonight. And you said it's. Have to see here, and he gets that first one to go. Alexandria. And this is the moment also where free throws become important. Who's hitting? Right now, they're both hitting.
Which is why the score is, fairly even.
And these teams are so similar. Points per game, everything, free throw shooting, everything is so close. 2-point lead for Alexandria with 3:49 left to go. It's going to be a 30-second timeout called by LSUA. And we'll have our post game after this with the cutting down of the nets for the winners. As Alexandria with a 2-point lead here over Langston. And what has been a very good men's tournament championship game. And now they wanted to change it to a full timeout. Alexandria wants to change it to a full timeout. And Langston is assistant coach coming over to ask about that. So we'll take a quick break till we find out how long this timeout's going to be. You're watching the 2016 Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers Red River Athletic Conference basketball tournament. As McDowell, Curtis Jones inside, and it goes in and out. It was halfway down the net, and it comes back out. The Carnival rim strikes again.
This wasn't meant to be on that one.
Curtis Jones going to the line to shoot 2 here. The foul on Claiborne, I believe. His second personal. 9 team fouls apiece now. So foul either side, there'll be double bonus and 2 free throws the rest of the way. Curtis Jones hits that one. Brings Langston back to within 1. 3:39 left to go in this one. Got them both. 16 points now for Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones and Terrell Jones have combined for 31. of the 62 points for Langston. Sylvester goes in. Shot is off the mark. And they're saying last touch by Jones, and it's going to be Alexandria ball. 3:19 left to go in this one. 62-62 our score. Claiborne back around over to Williams. To Coleman.
And if you're Langston here, you got to make Sylvester pass the ball.
Inside, off the mark, up in the air. Rebound brought down by Walters. Under 3 minutes to go, tie game. Walters front court. On the wing, goes towards the basket, stops with it. Out over to Terrell Jones. Back to McDowell with the screen. 10 on the shot clock. Curtis Jones. Move across. McDowell, three-pointer shot, block, gets the ball back, puts it up again, won't go. And back the other way. Off the mark, rebound brought down by Mulumba. Walters bringing the ball up now for Langston. Still tied at 62. 2:10 left to go in this one. Mulumba, dish off inside of it to Walters. Back out, Jones wide open up top. Got it! Terrell Jones, 18 points now, and a 3-point lead for Langston.
And that's a big, big, big shot underneath 2 minutes to put your team up 3.
1:48 left to go, and Langston with a 3-point lead on LSU Alexandria. We will take a break. You're watching the 2016 Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers Red River Athletic Conference Tournament live from Laterno University in Longview, Texas.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love, quality chicken finger meals. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh. Not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins, guaranteeing a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. Well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
1:48 left to go in this one. A 3-point lead for the Langston Lions out of Langston, Oklahoma. Leading the #1 team in the nation, LSU Alexandria. Inside, that's going to be an offensive foul. Late whistle, but it came in there. And the turnover, the ball will go the other way now to Langston with 1:38 left to go in this one.
And I think that's a pretty ticky-tack call. You know, yeah, there was a little contact, but I think, you know, Walters sold it a little bit. And I think you got to let the players, you know, decide the outcome of the game. It's not over yet, but I just don't agree with that call.
So McDowell with the ball in the front court now for Langston. 90 seconds left to go in this one. A 3-point lead for Langston. Jones inside over to Mike Harris. Mike Harris goes up against Claiborne off the backboard and down. As the rebound is brought down now by Johnson as Wagner has the ball for LSUA. Trailing by 3, 20 on the shot clock, 1:10 left to go. Wagner inside over to Sylvester. Sylvester guarded by Jones. Now Harris tries to go around there, all over him, whistle and a foul, and there's a late whistle the other way. Curtis Jones picks up the foul. That's his second personal. Sylvester goes to the line. Both teams shooting 2 the rest of the way with 1 minute left to go. And he hits a free throw. 2-point game now. Sylvester, 22 points. Bouncing around, won't go in. 2-point lead. Under a minute to play. McDowell brings the ball forward for for Langston here against LSUA.
Need this stop here for LSUA.
Curtis Jones guarded by Wagner. The coaches for Langston telling the guys to move over. I think they were in the wrong position. And second, that's going to be a violation. As not awareness. That's a moment. That's an awareness moment there.
5 second.
5 second.
Closely guarded call. I don't know if the guy was close enough. However,
Coach Holt there arguing with the official.
However, if the ref is counting, you have to be aware of all things at all times. And from the bench to the players on the court should have been aware. But I can see why they weren't aware. They assumed, that he wasn't close enough to, have a 5 second count.
But you have to be aware of the official counting too.
Exactly.
Because the official will you'll see him doing that. And if he doesn't see, that's the job. They're right next to the bench. The coaches are there. Your teammates are there as well.
Definitely an awareness.
Of course, part of the problem I saw also his coach was pointing down at the players as Harris and Mulamba were both inside the lane at the same time, and he was telling them to get out of there as well.
Yeah, directing a lot of traffic, and
just
trying to get the play going, and then not paying attention to the.
It seemed like a lot of mess happening on that possession for Langston. 65-63, the lead for Langston right now against the number 1 team of the nation. Both these teams already in the national tournament, which will be coming up, not this coming up week, the following week. Announcements come out on Wednesday, tournament announcements. The NAIA will make their selections. 37 seconds left to go. A 2-point lead for Langston, and another timeout going to be called here. And it's going to be a full timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching the 2016 Raging Cane's Chicken Finger Red River Athletic Conference Tournament from LeTourneau University in Longview, Texas. We'll be right back.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love, quality chicken finger meals. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh. Not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins, guaranteeing a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. Well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Welcome back to LeTourneau University here in Longview, Texas, the side of the 2016 Raising Cane Chicken Finger Red River Athletic Conference Basketball Tournament. 2-point lead for Langston over LSUA. Wagner with the ball in the backcourt. 5 second difference between shot clock and play clock. Johnson with it. Over to Coleman. Coleman's been quiet second half. There's a three for Williams and an out ball lost away. Going to stay with LSUA. Shot clock is off. 23.3 seconds left.
And if you're Langston, you want to be careful leaving, shooters for wide open shots. That could have came back and hurt you. You go down 1, and now you have to score on this end.
Look for a lob as a possibility here if they want something quick, but no, they'll go to the corner. Coleman goes inside. He'll go up a shot. No good. Rebound tipped up in the air, down on the floor, and can't be saved. It still stays on this side for LSUA.
Relentlessness from the Generals. Got to get this score. Got to get this possession.
Get the cardiac kit out for everybody here. With 16.3 seconds left and a timeout going to be called here by Langston here. 16.3 seconds. Langston with a 2-point lead. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. So in 30 seconds, what's your game-winning play?
Oh man, you don't need a 3, so you don't have to win it here. I think the best bet is to get the ball into Sylvester inside, have him do his thing, have him work. If he has the opportunity for a shot, he should go up. If there's a double coming from anyone from the Lions, he should look to kick and trust his teammate to knock down an open shot.
Alexandria notorious for the inbound play underneath of a lob to like Sylvester underneath the basket. That would give them a tie. One timeout for each team left here. Williams will be inbounding. As here we go. Sylvester looking, trying to come in off of a screen there, but now Coleman. 13 seconds. Sylvester back out. Coleman again. 9 seconds. 3. Shot is off the mark. No good. Johnson goes up and puts it up and ties it. 3 seconds left. Up ahead. Got it to lay it up, and the buzzer shot up, blocked off the glass. We're going to overtime. Sylvester came up from behind and blocked it. We're going to overtime. Langston is furious, wanting a foul down there.
Or a goaltend.
Or a goaltend or something there. And we're going to overtime for the second straight year for the Red River Athletic Conference Tournament Championship.
And if you're Langston, you saw it on the last 3 possessions that the Generals had down here. Offensive rebounds are what kept them in the game. And again, offensive rebound and able to put it back in.
And they just... So we will have 5 more minutes of basketball. We'll take a quick break as we get ready for overtime. 5 more minutes. You're watching the 2016 Raising Cane Chicken Fingers Red River Athletic Conference Basketball Tournament. Welcome back to Laterno University here in Longview, Texas, as we are going to have our second overtime game of this tournament. And it's coming in the men's championship game of the 2016 Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers Red River Athletic Conference Basketball Tournament. Sylvester and Mulamba take the opening tip here as we get ready to go here. And the ball is over to Jones. McDowell, as Walters went down the other end with a chance to win it at the buzzer, and the shot was blocked there by Sylvester. Kicks out Jones. Jones with 18 points gets back over to Curtis Jones, who has 16. Corner, 3. Mike Harris, 3-pointer, and Langston with the lead by 3.
And Mike Harris hasn't been real active tonight, but it's good that he stayed ready and loaded in that corner and knocked the shot down when his opportunity came.
7 points now for Mike Harris. Inside, tried to lob it. Oh, that's Sylvester. Sylvester coming down, and he's down on the court as the trainers will come down to look at him as he came down awkward, and that's the second time. And that's Well, somebody told me earlier that a team that, and now Sylvester comes back out. Somebody told me earlier that a team that wins the conference championship shouldn't be forced to play in a conference championship or a conference tournament and risk injuries. And Sylvester kind of tweaked it, came back out there on the court. 4:14 left to go. 68-65, Langston with the lead. As McDowell inside to Jones, shot there off the mark there. Ball knocked away. Jones laying on his back, punches the ball up out of the hands there, but it's going to stay with LSUA.
The way all the calls have been going tonight, I thought that might have been, called a foul, but I guess the refs saw otherwise.
So 4 minutes left to go in this one. In this first overtime. D'Angelo Coleman into the front court. Looks around now over to Adams. Sylvester, hook shot won't go, but rebound tipped up in there by Austin Adams.
And I think that ball might have still been on the cylinder while Adams tipped it in. I think that should have been an offensive basket interference call.
So at 1 point lead now for for Langston over LSUA. McDowell to Jones. Cross over to Harris. Harris from the wing looks inside Mulamba. Mulamba has the ball knocked away. The ball on the ground. Jump ball. Possession arrow. Or was it a timeout call? Jump ball. Possession arrow. LSUA. 3:16 left to go in overtime. As D'Angelo Coleman now. Finds over to Williams. Williams looks down, the ball taken away there by Mike Harris. Nice defensive play for Harris. Walters. Front court over to McDowell. Jones, up top over to Mulamba. Up top, Terrell Jones, McDowell. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Jones goes up, turns around inside, goes up, whistle. The foul is going to be on Sylvester. That'll be his third personal foul. And Jones will go to the line with 2:31 left to go here in the overtime.
And I think that's a great, strong move from Jones. He got positioned in the post. Wasn't scared of the long arms of Sylvester. Backed him down, made a move, and got the foul.
First shot is good. 19-point lead. 19 points now for Jones, and the lead is 2 for Langston. Second shot. Got it. 3-point lead, 70-67. 2:28 left to go here in overtime. Wagner to Adams. Round over to Johnson. Johnson up top. Back down over to Adams. Wagner guarded by McDowell. 4 on the shot clock. And Coleman, the three. First three of the night, and it was a big one for LSU Alexandria as it ties it with 1:53.
Crazy to say that that's the first three of the night for the Generals.
And it's 1:52 left to go in overtime, and it was a big one. We will take a break. It's a full timeout. You're watching the 2016 Raising Cane's Red River Athletic Conference basketball tournament from LeTourneau University in Longview.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love, quality chicken finger meals. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh. Not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins, guaranteeing a 0% chance of leftovers. we insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. Well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
1:52 left to go in this one in overtime. We're tied at 70. McDowell with it. 15 on the shot clock. Inside Mulamba. Mulamba against Claiborne. Goes up strong and gets it.
That's a big shot from Mulamba. Tough one over the outstretched hands of Claiborne. A very tough shot to get the basket to go.
Mulamba's big, but Claiborne is really big out there. And going to be a timeout called here with 1:26. Don't know what he's trying. The coach wants to try and set up something here. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching the 2016 Raising Cane's Chicken Finger Red River Athletic Conference Tournament from Laterno and Longview.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love, quality chicken finger meals. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh. Not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins, guaranteeing a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. Well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
And welcome back as they will be inbounding down low here. 1:26 after the timeout. And I would say look for something for Coleman off a screen. There he goes. But picked up. Now look again. Outside, Sylvester spins in, goes up strong, in and out, won't go. Rebound, Terrell Jones. A lot of contact there, gets away. Back there, Alexandria wants a walk. Walters, McDowell with it. And a timeout called by Langston with 56.5 seconds. They'll use their last timeout here.
And I think if you're Coach Holt, you know, you go to your bread and butter, and that's getting, you know, Jones off a couple of screens, give him the ball in a position where he can, you know, work and get a good shot or possibly get fouled, and then hopefully he scores it or gets to the free throw line preferably.
Well, we have 56 seconds or so left here. Tied 72-70 in favor of Langston. And what have you seen in this game? What have your thoughts been on this game so far?
I think, you know, I said it, you know, before the start of the game, Langston is a very resilient team. You know, they have big playmakers, you know, in Jones, Curtis Jones and Terrell Jones, who can lead the way. And they also have supporting cast that, you know, they really play hard for each other. I think that's the best thing they have going for them. Their bench the whole night has been active and involved in the game, even though a lot of them haven't been playing. They've been such a team tonight. And then for Alexandria, you know, they have a great, you know, team all the way down, you know, 15, 17 down. And, you know, I think they've all contributed to the game. It's just not enough, just, you know, might be one less play that they have made tonight. So they need to get this defensive stop here. And, you know, you got to know that it's going to either one of the Joneses. Just make sure you box out and rebound, and then come down on the offensive end and get a good possession.
56.5 seconds left to go. 72-70. Langston with the lead and the ball here. Curtis Jones to McDowell. As they will spread out LSUA. As it's between Jones, it looks like 6 on the shot clock. McDowell going inside. Tough shot, falling away, won't go. Rebound Sylvester. Back the other way comes LSUA. 32 seconds left.
Langston needs to make sure they rebound on a shot attempt.
Coleman goes up, shot off the glass and good. They tie it. Coleman with the big shots here in overtime, and we're tied again. 24.6 seconds. Shot clock is off. McDowell with it. They're going to hold it. I think they want the last shot. Curtis Jones.
Work.
Jones in the lane, puts up a tough shot, won't go underneath. Up and in with 2.5 seconds. Stolen, and that's it. Langston upsets the #1 team in the nation, 74-72. And they are the 2016 Raising Cane's Chicken Finger Red River Athletic Conference champion, as Terrell Jones with his 24 points now wins it. And then the steal from Mike Harris, who was big yesterday, came and did it. And Langston is your conference champions on the tournament side. We'll be back. I'll be downstairs to talk to the coaches there in a second. So, Chris, you can take it from up here and give us some of your thoughts.
And what a play we see from Jones. You know, as we said before, you know, Curtis Jones, Terrell Jones, big impact players. You know, they had their imprint over this game all the night. I believe Terrell Jones with that last basket made it 24 points. Curtis Jones had the attention of the Generals all night. I believe he had somewhere around, 14 or 16 points. And, those types of plays, you always see at the end of the game. The most important thing, and people don't make, they don't pay that much attention to it, but when a shot is gone up, you have to make sure that you box out. We've seen it many times, NBA, college, where teams go for the shot and they end up not boxing out, and then here we see Jones grabbing the rebound and going up and finishing. I think Mike is ready down below to take it away.
All right, Coach, you told me before the game, you talked to me, and you showed me this rock, and you said it doesn't matter the size. If you're a rock, if you're hard enough, you're going to do well. Can you talk about your rocks that you had out there tonight?
It was just a matter of that, being tough, and give all the credit in the world to Alexandria and Coach Cordero. He did a great job. They kept fighting, and right at the end of regulation, we thought we had it, and they kept fighting, and we had to keep fighting. I'm just proud of how resilient our guys were tonight against a really great team that had won 22 games in a row.
Can you tell us about that last time down there with Terrell Jones and Curtis Jones and Terrell Jones and that last play down there?
Well, we tried to get to the basket. We've been saying all game that we want to attack versus settling for jump shots. I thought we settled for too many jump shots in the first half, and in the second half we attacked more, and Terrell Jones just made an unbelievable individual play. It was a second, third effort play. He went and rebounded it, and he put it back in. It was outstanding. He's had our back on that glass all year, and it's fitting that he come through in that situation.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you so
Have
much.
fun in Kansas City.
We sure will. Thank you.
All right, there with Coach Steve Holt, happy with his team. We'll let them celebrate. We'll take a look here at the Nets coming down. We'll be back up there in a moment.
And as you heard, Coach Holt say there in the interview, hold on, I think Mike might have a little more to go. Looks like he wants to interview Terrell Jones.
The hero of the night here for Langston. Can you tell me about that last play coming down there at the end?
I saw 25 not moving. I thought he was gonna go for it, but he didn't. So I saw it going short. I just went for it and laid it up, and it happened to go in.
How big is this, beating #1 team of the nation, winning your first ever for the school on the men's side for a conference tournament championship?
All our games been decided by 3. So every game we have with LSUA been close. And for us to get a 2-1 up heads on them, I'm just happy to get that win. That's the #1 team in the nation. This is my first championship I ever won in my life. So
congratulations. Enjoy it. Have fun in nationals.
Thank you.
All right, back to you.
And yeah, we heard Coach Holt, as I was saying before, he said that his team is resilient. I said that 2 or 3 times today. Langston has just been resilient. Not only in this tournament, but all year long, overcoming all odds, obviously coming into this tournament as a higher seed and having a bye the first day. But even in the previous games against Our Lady and, as today, they show resilience. And they've done whatever it takes and whatever it needs for them to do to come in and get this championship. And I know it feels good right now. And great plays from both teams, but just one more play can be the deciding factor, and that's exactly what Jones did tonight.
Exciting finish. Exciting. It's what you expect. That's why it's March Madness. It's
right.
Just moments like this. Langston's first ever tournament championship and a trip to the national tournament for Langston, guaranteed. Well, congratulations to Our Lady of the Lake University, who won earlier, and congratulations to Langston University, who just won in a thriller in overtime. So, Chris Hines, you did a fantastic job.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations to you. Good luck on coaching in your future.
Thank you.
And for Darren David down below, Mike Thompson saying, so long, everybody. It's been fun. We've been watching the 2016 Raising Cane's Chicken Finger Red River Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament.